Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this edition of an update with Bossard Library. Today I am so thrilled to have with me Bossard Library's Youth Services Program Coordinator, Rachael Barker. Rachel's been with the library since 2011, and under her direction in the Youth Services Department, our programs have exponentially grown. And we're going to be able to talk to you about some of those wonderful programs today, as well as other updates with Bossard Library. So Rachael, thank you for being with me today at the program.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll get started off a little bit today talking to you about a little update on our Book a Bike program. And the Book a Bike program we talked about last week, or last month I should say, that we're going to have a trike bike added to our fleet. And I'm very pleased to report this update that just went into service this week. So for those who have balance issues or would just prefer the trike bicycle, we now have that for patrons to use. So come into the library and check out our trike bike at Bossard Library. The next thing we want to show you today is a little update, as we talked about last month, with our property project, whereby we'll have more parking at Bossard Library for all these events we're going to talk to you about today. So Rachael and I are pleased to share this picture with you. As you can see, this is directly across from the existing library building on Spruce Street in downtown Gala Police. And you will see the excavation and the fill work, and this has been a huge project for the library that we expect to be completed about the third week of November. And again, we'll have about 75 parking spots as a result of that parking lot development. We're really excited about the green space we'll also have in that area. And Rachael and I are going to talk a little bit later about next summer, some of the programs we have planned for that area. So Rachael, we'll just get right to it now. We're going to talk about our Harry Potter event. And I believe we have a special slide for that as well, or to show the public.
We have our event this coming Saturday, October 13th from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We're encouraging teens to dress up. This is open for ages 12 to 19. And we're going to have lots of games. Would you rather Harry Potter style, Polyjuice potion game, trivia games. You'll get to make your Harry Potter tie. We're also going to find out which house you would belong in. So you'll be able to make a spell book, which I brought. You can make a spell book today.
I'll see that, Rachael.
So we have cute little spell book. You can make slime. We're going to have some potions. You're going to even find out how to make butterbeer. So that will be a fun recipe that you guys can try at home too.
Well, you know, Rachael, one thing, Harry Potter, we remember in the library world, of course, the popularity of that really hasn't waned at all when you think about it. But I can remember us having the Harry Potter launch party for some of those books, and it was just always a thrill to have people come in from the public and the large numbers that those programs draw. So this, again, is just revisiting Harry Potter and the excitement surrounding that. And we'll have all these activities for teens. So if you are a teen listening, or you know of a teen, you're a grandparent or a parent that would think your teen would enjoy this Harry Potter program, we encourage you to attend that. Leading right into that, we're really pleased to have our adult coloring program. Now I mentioned this, I think, on a previous visit, but it always bears mentioning again. I think it's worth that. We entitle this Color Me Happy, because that's exactly what it is. It's a time for the public to come together. Adults only. We want it to be a time where it's wonderful socialization time for the public. We play soothing music, we have nice refreshments, and we have these intricate coloring designs as well. So it's a time just to come in and relax and be together and just enjoy that afternoon once a month at our Color Me Happy adult coloring event. So we greatly encourage you to come to that. And again, another program we wanted to share, we're kind of going in chronological order, and I wanted to mention also that we have our Bossard Beacon newsletter. I brought a copy here, hot off the press. This is our new newsletter, and inside the newsletter you will see a calendar of events that we have. So we're just hitting some of our highlights today, but also remember to stop by the library for a newsletter, or to go on our website at bossardlibrary.org. And you can find a full calendar of all of our events. So again, hitting the highlights today. And one of those highlights, and we're going to talk today about, is our Llama Story Time. So Rach, if you kind of want to explain what that's going to be. And I also want to mention how popular our programs are when we have live animals. And this should be no different. So Rach, you want to talk about that program?
Yes. This coming Monday for our story time, it's at 10 o'clock. We'll have children come dressed. We encourage them to come dressed up once again wear their pajamas. We're doing Llama Llama in the red pajama, so it should be super fun. And then we're actually going to have from the Barker farm, no relation to me. But,
it was coincidental that it was the Barker farm and Rachael Barker's our coordinator, but yeah.
Yeah, so the Barker farm will be providing a llama and 3 goats. We'll have a Nubian goat, a dwarf goat, and a fainting goat, which I've never seen before.
Fainting goats.
That should be fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued on that. So if you are the same, make sure you come to our Llama Llama story time. And again, the interaction with children and animals is always very positive at the library. Some children in our community just aren't exposed to that as much as others, and so we provide that opportunity. So Rachel, anything else you want to add about Llama Llama story time or show?
We'll also do some crafting, so if you have a child that you'd like to bring, you guys can do a little craft. We'll have 2 stories that day. It'll be a lot of fun, so we're looking forward to it. Okay.
And that's one great thing about our children's programming, and just a shout out to Rachel and her department staff for that, is not only do we incorporate the love of reading and literacy in our story times, but it's so much more, not only just the book aspect, the literacy aspect, but also crafting, again, socialization. We incorporate games, music, all of these different areas we highlight on to basically stimulate the senses and just give children a wonderful overall learning experience. You know, it's proven that children that are read to from a very early age do have better skills when they start school, and particularly kindergarten, so those pre-K years are very important. And having said that, I want to give also a plug for today for our lap sit program, which Rachael also coordinates with her staff. She has several staff members that help her with that, and also our story time programming. So both of those programs happen on a weekly basis. Again, lap sit for ages 0 to 3 and story time for ages 3 to 6. So again, every week it's a different theme, and it's a lot of hands-on activities. Now, viewers out there may be wondering how we have hands-on activities for those ages 0 to 3. So to answer that question, we really believe in stimulating the mind from an early age, as we noted. So for lap sit, it's a lot of music, finger puppets, things like that, just to stimulate, again, the senses of even the earliest of our patrons, newborns. And it also creates a time for parents to get out and socialize and mingle with one another, to meet other young parents and network that way. And certainly grandparents, aunt and uncles, caregivers are all welcome to come and bring their children in their life to Storytime and Lap Sit programming. All right, so the next thing we want to talk about is our teen programming. And Rachel, I think, is also going to touch on tween programming as well as the book clubs and things like that that we offer. And so, Rachel, do you want to talk a little bit about that at this time?
Sure. We just now started our tween program, so that's ages 8 through 12, and you can come and flow right into our teen program, which the tween program will be every other month, so we'll have that, and then the teen program is every month at this time. So we will have one coming up October 20th, and they're going to do a tiny food party, which should be a lot of fun. They'll get to create, and then even if you haven't read the book, it's okay. Please encourage the teens to come. We'd love to have them, but that usually lasts from 2 to 4 on October 20th, and ages 13 to 19.
Okay, great. So again, it's the library trying to reach out for programs for all ages. So not only for adults, not only for the very young, but everything in between. So tween programming, we have our tween book club, and again, as Rachel said, then teen book club, and then we really encourage you to join the adult book club after that. So again, another time of socialization, and maybe you didn't have time to read the book. You can still come and listen and be part of that discussion. Maybe it'll encourage you to read the book, or maybe you'll learn that's just not a book for you and you want to select something else. So again, we have a whole host of materials to choose from at the library, so we encourage you to come in and check those out. One thing we love participating in as your community library is all kinds of partnerships with other community, not only events, but partnerships with agencies. And one such event that Gala Police really gears up for this year, and as they have the past several years, is Gala Police and Lights. And all of us get excited about how our beautiful city park is transformed into this wonderland of lights. So having said that, we have a slide here for our Gala Police and Lights pageant. So as you can see this footage here from last year, the picture shows we have a Teen Miss pageant and also the Miss pageant. What's great about this is it gets youth into the library and also their parents into the library in for this pageant. And last year, of course, we see the queen there in the center, there in blue, and there'll be a new queen this year. So we partner with Gala Police and Lights, that committee, to host this pageant. So it's a wonderful win-win for our community that we have the facility in the Riverside Room to be able to accommodate the hundreds of people that come out for such a pageant, such as this, the River Rec pageant we host. So again, that Riverside Room that we host a lot of these events in, this will be the same way here that the Gal Police and Lights pageant will be held there. And speaking of that, you may have events that you are interested in the library hosting, in other words, using our meeting room facility for that. So I encourage you to go on our website under meeting rooms and learn how that might be beneficial to you and your community group. One thing we're really excited about showing is the Teen Anime Afternoon. We want to show you our slide for that. And Rachel's going to briefly speak about a little bit about the Teen Book Club and some services we've been growing for teens. And as you can see here, we have a special plug for Japanese candy at this next Teen Anime Afternoon. And we're very fortunate for our youth services staff that we have those who kind of specialize in working with teens. And this is no different. We have a special teen coordinator for this program. So Rachel, do you want to talk just for a few minutes about some of the various things you've been doing with teens here at the library?
We've done quite a lot this year. We've done Minute to Win It, different things. We just now started this anime club, which is growing. We're super excited to have all these teens.
Yes.
And they're loving the candy, Japanese candy. They have Pocky and different things that you can try that they've never got to try before.
I haven't tried that,
yeah,
so
it's different, yes. But we will have an hour-and-a-half long one in November. So right now we're trying the hour-long anime, but it's growing and the kids are liking it, so we're going to extend it.
Sure.
So next month, be looking out for a longer anime.
And we do again see this as a way for teens to come in for a positive program. We do ask for both our Tween Book Club and Teen Book Club, we do ask for a parent or guardian permission, just because we do serve refreshments typically, and we want teens and tweens parents or guardians to be aware of what their teens and tweens are reading as part of the book club. So, but again, very simple form to get started to join either one of those clubs. The next thing we're gearing up for here in October, and we're very excited about, usually this time of year we like to host some type of paranormal activity or event, and this year is no different. We're very pleased to present Ghost in Ohio. This event will be held on October 25th, again in the library Riverside Room. This is free and open to the public, and we're very excited about this. We have a gentleman by the name of James Willis, and he's originally from upstate New York. He actually moved to Ohio in 1999 and founded the Ghost of Ohio. And this is a nationally recognized paranormal resource organization. And they use scientific and historic methods to investigate and document hauntings throughout the state. And so we really find a draw for people when they come to these paranormal programs. An idea of some we've had in the past that have been well attended. Our Bigfoot program was well attended. We had a UFO program last year. And this year we thought it appropriate for October to have a Ghost in Ohio program. So there'll be evidence that he brings before the group there as he's speaking, and his research findings for Ghost in Ohio. So again, this event is free and open to the public. And as Rachel can attest, you know, a lot of times, especially in this event, we're going to have an author signing also. He will sign books at this event, so that's always a good chance to interact with an author. And you know, Rachel, as we've talked before, when we have author visits, that always seems to draw people in because they're actually getting to interact with that person and maybe hear a little bit more about the background when they were writing that book and their research and so on. So this will be no different. This will be an exciting program. Again, Ghost in Ohio, October 25th at Bossard Library. All right, well, another service we are so proud and pleased to launch is, and no pun intended because they are called launch pads. We are adding 5 additional adult launch pads to the collection of launch pads we already offer for our children and youth. These adult launch pads will feature brain teasers and adult type games. There will be no internet access required to use these launch pads. And it also will not allow you to go on the internet through these, but it's great because these apps are downloaded. And as such, you can do brain teasers and just something to take home from the library and relax and stimulate your mind. We have several books in the collection that show if you do these kind of brain teasers and word puzzles and activities, it really does strengthen the mind and is very healthy for you. And again, just kind of going back to our book of bike, we believe in healthy body, healthy mind, and strong body, strong mind. And so we believe reading and literacy and all the programs you attend at the library and services you use help with that. Okay, and that's our whole goal as far as being the community center of Gala County. One thing we're very pleased, Rachel and I are pleased to speak to you about today, and we brought our first rack card for that. And viewers are going to be seeing hopefully a lot of this over the next year or more, and so we're starting early to really plug this. Many viewers will remember that in 2016, the library was able to bring Bodies Revealed to Gala County. That is a world-renowned exhibit, and Bossard Library was the first library in the world to host that exhibit. So it was quite a feat for Gala County, but we believe that even though we might be a mid-sized library in a smaller area, we can do the same type of activities that you would see in the large metropolitan areas. In fact, we've done some things that haven't been there, being the first library to actually be able to offer this. So as I said, we offered Bodies Revealed in 2016, and I'm very pleased to report that in 2019, about a year from now, we will launch Space, Our Journey to the Future. And that particular exhibit is in collaboration with NASA and has been shown at the Smithsonian Institute. And so we're very pleased to bring that to Gala County. So we're very aware that there are a lot of students and families who would not get the opportunity to see an exhibit of this caliber. And so that's why we're very thrilled to bring it to Gala County. So listeners should go ahead and plan now to encourage the local school systems to book their field trips starting in May of 2019. We'll load that exhibit in September, but to be ahead of the game, it would be good to start thinking about booking that field trip several months ahead. It will be at free admission. Your tax dollars at work are providing this exhibit for you. And just a few things Rachel and I want to share here, and I'll kind of read right off the rack card so I don't miss anything. But a part of this exhibit, exhibit goers will be able to touch actual rocks from the lunar surface and the red planet. And Rachel, I think this is going to be great for our students.
Yes.
Take a spin on a centrifuge that visitors power like a bicycle. So this is not part of our Book a Bike program, but it will also kind of coordinate in that we just really believe in giving experiences to the public that they might not be able to experience otherwise, and they don't have to leave their county to do so. So it's very exciting. Again, having said that, though, we do welcome other neighboring counties and states, just like they did with Bodies Revealed, to come to our space exhibit. Visitors will get an up-close look at a wide range of artifacts from the space program, including moon rock. Actual moon rock will be housed in this exhibit. Explore a future lunar base camp while walking through a full-size space habitat and work pod. So we think all of these things will really be exciting for not only teachers, the students, but also for families. And this is a great thing to have through the holidays. It will load in early September of 2019 and be here through early January. So when you have family that comes in for Thanksgiving or those Christmas visits, and you want something to do with those family members that's positive, or maybe just get out of the house for a little while, this would be a great place to come to the library for free admission to Space, A Journey to Our Future. So please make sure that you make plans even now to attend, and we'll start taking reservations again, like probably around that May, June period. May for field trips for individuals will be a little bit closer to the time. But we're really excited about that interactive exhibit that will be coming to Gala County. One thing Rachel and I wanted to plug also is every year our Youth Services Department puts on an amazing summer reading program. And Rachel is at the helm of planning that summer reading program. And Rachel, let's talk a little bit about what we have planned for, I believe it's next July, in conjunction with this space exhibit to get everyone ready and geared up. And we showed you that slide in the beginning, or that picture in the beginning of our current parking lot that it's not quite finished yet, but it's very close to being finished within the next probably 4 weeks or so. There's that again. So in this area, obviously where you see a lot of that dirt area right now, that will be turned to a stone, and we'll have about 75 parking spaces there. Also be great for bus parking for this exhibit, but there'll also be green space included in that area. And on that lot, we're going to use that area next summer for, Rachel?
Space camp.
Space camp, yeah,
Super
to lead
exciting.
into this wonderful exhibit. So our space camp isn't going to be part of this exhibit. It'll be held weeks before this loads in. But the summer reading theme, and every year there's a special theme, and next year is no different. In 2019, the theme will be a space theme. Rachel, do you remember the exact
Universe of Stories.
A universe of stories. Okay, great. So that will be the theme for next year. And during our summer reading program, children earn prizes for reading all summer long. Rachel has all kinds of incentives for them. And not only that, weekly programs, many times several programs a week for all ages to attend around that theme. And again, having said that, what will be so wonderful is that we will lead off this exhibit and gain interest with this exhibit by having this space camp. So we are so excited. We're still obviously doing a lot of planning for that, but we have a lot of things planned surrounding space. And this is very timely with the new movie that we know is coming out, all about the space and all surrounding that, and then Scott Kelly's book that came out not just so long ago about his adventures in space and his experience there. And also, in the media, we've heard a lot about what are the popular things when they go to the Air and Space Museum. And it's always those astronaut space suits and how do you live in space. And we're going to learn all about that through this interactive exhibit. So we're really excited about that. I know Rachel's already in planning mode,
Yes.
aren't you, Rachel?
Lots of ideas.
And in our minutes we have left, I got to speak to you, I believe, on a previous visit about Story Walk. Story Walk is held on the grounds of the French Art Colony, and at least 9 times a year the library changes out the story during Story Walk. And for October we have a wonderful story. The title is I Need My Monster, which is, again, wonderful for an October type theme. I Need My Monster. I haven't read that book yet, Rachel. I'm going to have to do Story Walk to read that. But it's wonderful because you can walk the grounds of the French Art Colony, and there are framed pages of this story. And so we just encourage families to visit the French Art Colony and read the story as you walk these beautiful gardens. One thing also I wanted to mention kind of leads from that, because we are talking about stories and the importance of being able to read in different ways. So that's a way you can read in the outdoor garden at the French Art Colony. Another way is you can actually read books online from Bossard Library. And you may wonder, well, how would I get started doing that? Well, Rachel and I are big users of that program, and so we can attest that it's so handy, especially if you're on vacation or just for whatever reason that you need that. So traveling, or just because you enjoy reading from your device rather than maybe the physical book. Now, as a librarian, I still like both. I'm sure Rachel feels the same way.
I like both.
And that's okay, but this is another alternative. So we have not only what's known as Libby, which is also through the Ohio eBook Project, Ohio Digital Library. All of this is accessible from our website. We also have a program known as Hoopla, and it's instant downloads. And it's movies, ebooks, audiobooks, music. It's just really a lot of digital content instantly available at your fingertips. So maybe you went home and thought, oh, I meant to stop by the library and I didn't get that done. If you have your device and your library card, no worries, you can download those items from the comfort of your own home if you have an internet connection. Maybe you don't have internet at home. If that's the case, you can download those items up at a place with an internet connection and still read them when you get home in the browser. So it's a wonderful win-win, isn't it, Rachel?
Yes,
Especially for people in
I use it
areas
all
that
the
maybe
time.
don't have adequate internet service. And also with, you can use your iPhone, you can use the iPad, the laptop, so it's really a lot of different devices you can access these wonderful digital content resources on. You may need help with that. Don't let that sound intimidating, because we have our Tech Tutor program who can help you navigate Hoopla and Libby, the ebook project. So to do that, you simply just call the library, you let them know that you would like to have a Tech Tutor session, and we will schedule one for you by appointment for half an hour long. We'll sit down with you one-on-one and teach you how to use these services that the library provides for you as far as digital content. Also, if you just have a technological question such as, well, Rachel, we'll use the example we get sometimes right after Christmas. We get people who are saying, I just got a new iPad, my kids got me this iPad and I've never used that before. I just got a new laptop and I'm not sure how to even use it. I don't even have to turn this thing on. We get those kind of questions sometimes. And our Tech Tutor program, again, we will sit down with you one-on-one and teach you how to use your new device that maybe was gifted to you, or maybe you just decided to go out and buy one of those on your own. We can help you navigate that. And while you're there, we'll probably show you several of the resources that the library provides for you. As we finish up today, I want to remind you of a couple standing programs we have at the library too. And again, those are all found in our newsletter. That's put out monthly at the library. One of which is our French City Writers Guild. So if you are a budding author, or maybe you just want to hear some conversation about maybe what people are writing, be it poetry, short story, that kind of thing, or possibly a novel, our French City Writers Guild will meet again on October 18th at 6 p.m. This is for all ages, and so we do have a segment of that's adults only, because it may be more mature content that's discussed, but this one will be all ages. And you know, Rachel, we have seen all ages at that program. I mean, we've had students that have come in and been really excited that someone wanted to listen to their writing. And so we're always really thrilled to be able to foster that and provide this forum for that. Make sure when you go on our website, you check out all of our databases. Two things I want to bring to your attention is Lynda.com that you will find on our website. Again, these are free online educational courses. Now, for listeners out there who have heard about Lynda before, you probably remember that it is usually subscription-based. With your library card, though, that is no longer the case, as you can use your library card to access all of these courses that Lynda.com offer. And there on your screen, you will see Microsoft Office. Maybe you need to learn that. Maybe you want to take a marketing course, a resume course, one related to digital photography. We have a local employer right now that is using this forum to train his employees. That saves the employer cost, that saves time you would have traveling to maybe a class. Of course, college classes at any level, especially being here on the campus of Rio, are so important. So this could just be something that helps pair with that, or maybe even independently of that. We also have our Gale courses for public libraries, so that's in addition to Lynda.com. So please check out all those databases on our website. And of course, last but not least, Rachel, as we finish up, it is the month of October, and when you come into the library, you will see our display of Halloween books. We have a display that books that are to die for. So come in and make sure you check that out at Bossard Library the month of October, and kind of get in the groove for Halloween this month. So thank you for letting us share with you today, and Rachel, thank you for adding to today's program.